Hello, angels. Thank you so much for being here with me. Today, I want to talk about activating our senses. What happens when we do downloads, when we receive downloads? How does it feel? And at the same time, we're going to do a light language activation. Temara sera toro ushki ti iki ina ti iki ishka ti iki ina. When light language gets activated, like according to lessons, I think light language gets activated when we are in a state of grace and it's source your soul journey coming through your heart. Tekara usuma ishki ti iki ina. And then when that happens, we feel certain sounds coming through or movements, or some people when their eye is active, you can see psychogeometry or flashes of light. This is how the light it is expressed. The light it is expressed through movement, through sound, or through symbology. That is one type of activation. When you do light language comes through telepathy. It is an exchange of communication that happens from soul to soul. This is the best way that I can explain it. And because it happens in a frequency of love, there is a higher connection because it's done soul to soul, whether that it is that you are channel Arcturians or Pleiadians or the elementals or the dragons. That is a soul that is exchanged in a frequency of love. That's why people sometimes says that light language is an ancient communication system, that it is a galactic communication system, that is an angelic communication system, and it is all of those, but it is patterns of source light recreated to a creative expression that it could be sound, movement, or symbology. This is a one gift that can be activated. For me, it happened out of the blue, and it was a little bit confusing. And this is what I want to speak today. The other day, someone asked me, I did an activation and I did not feel anything. That can happen. Not because we don't feel anything, it does not mean that we are not downloading source light into us. Like when you do Reiki, if you are sensitive enough or empathic enough, you will feel that Reiki like drinking water when you are thirsty. But if you are not, because you are very close, like when I started meditating, when I did my Reiki, I did not feel anything, nothing that was coming out. But one thing, like a month after I did my Reiki attunements, a friend says, "Oh, the headache is gone," and I was like, "For real? Is it gone?" Because I did not feel anything at all. I didn't say it, but I think it. So the fact that you don't feel physically the impact of the download, it does not mean that you did not receive it. And that happens, with the distortions and with the downloads that are actually coming from higher frequencies. And that happens because we have sort of a disconnection. It was the way that we were trained or raised because of society, family, or whatever you want to call it. And we are not instructed science later to be aware about what do I feel, where I am, or where I am going. When we learn to become more aware and more present in our center, we can have more physical proof about the things that we do in our aura. Downloads are going to always be received in a way that it is needed. Sometimes you are going to feel, when you receive a healing download, sensation of being in tears, and it is because your heart open. Probably you feel some sadness or anything. Sometimes you feel a sense of being high, like being, I don't know, dancing in a rainbow with unicorns and just like, oh my god, that is so good. So you want to meditate morning, lunch, and afternoon, and then go to sleep with your headphones and a playlist of 120 meditations, so you can be in that blissful highness sensation that light language or the light give to us. Sometimes we physically feel the downloads. How you can feel that downloads? You can feel them because you feel tingling. Sometimes it gives us headaches. Sometimes you feel electricity coming through, but all those feelings depends in our own unique experience, our own unique connection. We are all different. We all have different forms to identify downloads. What is a download? A download, it is actually a charge of information from our soul that we access. Sometimes we receive downloads because you have a session with someone and someone said, oh, I noticed that you have a core because an ancestral in Rome in the 1800s or whatever, and we were not aware that we had that connection. Sometimes the easiest way to receive downloads, it is through meditation. A download can come in a form of sort of an inspiration, a gut feeling, like feeling inspired to do something. I'm gonna post this and I'm gonna do 20 posts about all these things that I'm seeing. Sometimes a download comes because I dream about it, something, and then it comes through. A download can come in many, many forms. If you would like to be aware when you receive downloads or not, what you can do is something that I'm practicing. It is being in my own presence, because I realize that sometimes we meditate with ourselves outside because we are not there yet to reconnect with the light and darkness within, with the wounded aspect of us. And the more we are in connection with all that we are, whether that it is light or shadow, the more present we'll be, and the more higher I go, the more visible the darkness it is. But this is not a bad thing, it is a good thing, because sometimes I'm able to notice when I am activating karma, so I can step back. And that comes through my awareness, through my intuition, through my own connection, to being very committed to where I am, where I have been, but most importantly, where I would like to be, or what I would like to become. So I'm going to do a few minutes of light language to activate our senses. Something that I have learned, it is that every cell has the 5 or 6 senses within. We can see through our feeling. We can smell, our cells can smell something that may be good or poison for us. We can have that knowingness. And that happens when you close your eyes and sort of have like a mental map about where your body it is and where everyone else it is. So close your eyes a little bit. Allow yourself to become present. Ask your higher self for support. Ask your guides. Merekara toro oseki ishkati iki nana tema eseki ishka. One fact that I think light language is not understood, it is because it's not a linear way of communication. It is expressed from soul to soul, as I said at the beginning of the video. And the feeling it is what gives us the capacity to understand whatever that is happening. So as we close your eyes, allow yourself to place attention beginning in your feet, your toes, let them expand into a light dina aska. Chikira kuromasi ti iki ishka ti iki ina. Activating your senses. What if you could see the aura on your feet? What color that will be? What if you can see the cells feeding more light, recalibrating itself? What if you could see the light running up through your legs, your knees, expanding your upper legs? What if you could smell what peace or light smell for you? What if you could actually have the knowingness about the light that begins in your feet, that went up to your legs, and runs to your spine, your chakras, and expanding your torso? You will have that knowingness about in which direction it's being. What does my light sound with the light spin? What does my light feels to me when it's activated within, when I place my awareness? Timera Teresi Kiashkatara Asekotiki Ishka Tikitakara Usokuti Iki Ishka. What if I could imagine that I can see my aura, the colors of my aura, my guides, assisting my connection? What if I could see my higher self streaming codes of light into my technology? What if I could see the presence of my soul family around me, the connections that I have in the physical or beyond the physical? What if I can notice how much stress I have in my arms, in my shoulders, in my back, and I can just wash that stress away, the fear in my stomach, the resentment, the angerment, the wounds? What if I could know what parts of my body are blocked or stagnant? And if I could see them or sense them, what can I do to rectify those areas? Tikera ashkatera asoti iki ishki tikena kote iki ishka. Now the question is, how do I feel right now? Do I feel connected? Do I feel disconnected? And what does I need to do in order for me to feel more comfortable? And as I allow myself to listen to myself and be present, this is the practice that let me know when I am connected, when I am disconnected, when I'm being activated. What if I could see or sense or know that download is coming true, that my ears ring, that I have pulsating sensations in my eyes or my third eye, my crown opening, my hands being activated and healing. With that, I'm going to thank all of you for being here in this space. I'm grateful for your presence. I hope you can practice this presence with your own body. And if you have any questions or anything, you can comment in the video. Thank you so much. Love, light, and blessings. Bye-bye.